All three of us are finally back together again. It's the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, brought to you by Black Rifle Coffee Company, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys, Mike McCarthy. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Good morning. Doing well. Just when you think you've heard it all, you come up with something different. That was unique. That was very unique.
Try.
Well, I mean, kind of like
Reunited. Here we go.
And you were missing us, as I just suggested, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really curious to hear about Vegas. If we have some time for a little recap here, RJ.
I mean, we got plenty of time. I gambled for maybe an hour, and I won a bag, man. I dominated the craps table. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. But I've never done Vegas this way. I drank most of the time instead of gambling. I didn't gamble much. Very different. No strip clubs.
Okay. Well, at least you're honest. I mean, I thought you were going to just tell me you just went to nothing but the shows and stayed, just did all the family stuff. But.
No shows. No shows.
No family stuff.
All the family stuff.
What did you do during your bye week, Coach?
Family stuff. No, I just frankly, the kids were in school, so just took them to school in the morning and actually came in here and just worked on self scout. It was I think just like anything, you just need some time to yourself to get back through some things. But it was great. I got the high school football Friday night, some volleyball practices and things like that. But had good family time. And
happy birthday to you yesterday, right?
Absolutely, yes. Thank you. 59. It's getting up there a little bit.
Man, the difference between we've all been reading the profile pieces and your return to Lambeau and all that. The difference between you just as a coach or a person now today with the Cowboys versus when you were back there with the Packers.
Oh, I think the obvious would be just because the experiences that I've been so blessed to go through. Just I would say wisdom. I just think it's like anything in life, personally and professionally. I think it's important to listen and learn and apply. And I would say that as I look back on my time there, thankful for that. But I mean, this is an incredible opportunity I have here with the Dallas Cowboys, and as a family, we're really enjoying it. And this football team, we have a chance to be special.
How about the family time aspect, Coach? We had Jimmy Johnson on yesterday, and I grew up around Joe Gibbs as he had a cot there at the Washington facilities, and I saw an article where you were talking about you realize, hey, I've missed too much time away from the family, and I can do both. I can adjust. Would you tell a new coach that coming in, you don't have to sleep here 24/7? You can do both.
Oh, definitely. I mean, and part of it too is technology. Just the access that you have. I mean, frankly, the pandemic, really taught me that, that you could do so much more virtually, and things like that. So yeah, there's so many more components to our industry that make it more family friendly. I came into the NFL in 1993, so I slept at the office 2 or 3 nights a week, and I mean that was just part of the the process back then, and that's what, especially as a young coach, you didn't have access to information. Everything wasn't computerized, and frankly, if you weren't in the meeting, you didn't get the information. So I mean, it was just a different era of how you had to learn, grow, and move forward as a coach, and and as a young coach with a newborn and things like that. I mean, it was not the best family plan, that's for sure.
We know that you hate the spotlight and hate the storyline, all about you going back to Lambeau. Has this week, with all the reflection and all the questions and all the memories, and we know you got family coming in and the birthday, has this week been more or less enjoyable for you than game prep other weeks?
I think that's a complex question, just to be honest. That's why I think, this time that I get to spend with the both of you, because it's always about you guys.
Right.
And, it's just, and I really enjoy that. So it's refreshing. I mean, frankly, I could sit on here an hour right now, but no, I think it's, I think it's important because it's what I believe in as a person too, and especially in this league. And I think it's something that, you ask from every player and coach and support staff. We're all from somewhere, and we're all from someone. And I think, the ability to connect and together, those experiences and all that are part of a group of people coming together and connecting and growing to win a championship. And I really believe that. And this week has really heightened that because I've had to answer those questions and I had to reflect on the things in the past. And I was very fortunate to have success up there, but it's like anything. Was able to coach a lot of great players, and we had some unbelievable teams and good memories. But it really goes back to staying in a moment, and I'm just trying to apply everything I can from a wisdom aspect to go win a game, because as we talk about this every week, it's so damn hard to win a football game this league. Every single game is so difficult. So if anything, it's heightened my focus, and I'm really glad that I was able to have the bye week, because it gave me a chance to really get ahead on a number of things, just to make sure that I'm doing my part and being the best I can this week for our football team.
Mike McCarthy here on The Fan. While we would love to believe that genuine tone that you just gave us about spending all this time with us, I think it'd be further proven if you gave us the Rob Domofsky treatment.
Right.
As we had him on yesterday.
Okay,
and,
what's the Rob Domofsky treatment?
The Rob Domofsky treatment is 10, 15 years down the road, you're giving me and Choppy a phone call asking about our kids playing basketball.
Where's my call?
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, you gotta, I'm a good listener. You gotta share too. I mean, you guys are, so business all the time. I mean, maybe you two need to loosen up a little bit.
Coach.
Hey, that's all part of the relationships that you have in this business. Yeah. So, I think honestly, all three of us, we got some work to do.
We do have some work to do.
I'm on my third cup of coffee. Trust me, I couldn't be any looser right now than I am. All right.
Coach, was it a good time for the bye, health-wise, with the rest of your team?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you can always see it, too. I mean, their energy Monday, and it's frankly something you learn, through experience. You got to keep that Monday practice short and at the right tempo, because these guys came back in the building with tremendous amount of energy and juice to get going. So no, yeah, it's been really, really good for us, and I think our guys did a great job getting away. I mean, just being here every day. There's a lot of guys were in here Monday through probably Thursday, but everybody pretty much got away for the weekend. So I think that it was very beneficial for us.
Coach, what have you noticed is different, wrong, if you want to say, with Green Bay's offense and with Rodgers, if anything?
Well, I would say, it's just like anything in this league. I mean, just, watching the last game against Detroit, I mean, you watch it live. I mean, one of the things that's so difficult, and this is being Captain Obvious, but when you start losing players, during the course of the game, and, they're in and out, then because that always goes to, now your younger players are playing more, and, you're in a loud opponent's stadium and so forth. So, I mean, that's why I think you have to look at everything. But when you sit down and watch the tape, it's their offensive line has had a number of different combinations almost weekly that they're playing, and that's a challenge. We knock on wood. I hope we've been through that in my first 2 years, but the quarterback is dangerous. I mean, just the way Aaron plays the position, the things that he does that don't show up in the in the statistics. The cadence, the ability to try to generate a free play. His application of information at the line of scrimmage is unique. I mean, this guy's listening and, really has a great understanding of football and has since a young age. So, and that's a challenge for a defense. And so what does that mean? It means we got to just make sure we're really on top of our own P's and Q's and make sure our communication is tight and, we're just, one step faster than we need to be.
We were just talking a minute ago. There's reports out there that some of his receivers are upset. He feels like he's getting scapegoated. What kind of how is he around his teammates? Like, what kind of a teammate is he? Is he one of these guys that he gets in your face? I mean, his body language obviously looks sometimes to be a little bit off-putting, if you will. But like, what kind of a teammate is he?
I mean, my experience, and obviously, 13 years. I mean, he's, this is 18 years now for him. I mean, this is a long time. But he's got a great sense of humor. He's a practical joker and things like that. So he's
was always very active in the locker room. I've seen other guys that were a little more removed, but no, he was always very active. But especially in the later years, he's really, I always felt that he did a really good job with younger players. As far as in the meeting rooms, the extra time, talking through things. So I can't really comment on the reports you talk because I'm not in tune with that. But let's be honest. When things are good, when you win, everything's good. And when you don't win, then there's something wrong. There's something dramatic, and people pick at it, and that's how professional sports goes. And that's just all part of the journey and part of the challenge.
Coach, I saw where, you were watching a ton of Packers games and saying where, hey, maybe I can give something different to my assistants as we're all scouting. When you analyze a team that you're much more familiar with, can you get a lot more out of that? Does it really, really elevate your scouting, knowing a team that well? It has to, right?
Well, the thing you just try to give your players, because at the end of the day, this is a player's game, and we can never lose sight of that. And you're always trying to heighten their instincts and awareness in every game from game plan. But the other side of this is that they understand that too. So, and I'll say one thing about Green Bay, they've done a nice job with their self scout. You can, as you go through their offense, defense, and they've now made a commitment to special teams that has not been there for quite some time. So, this is a very, very dangerous football team. So, but yeah, the things of how you operate. I think that the biggest thing we got to be on top of as far as our defense against their offense is just don't give them any free plays. Because his ability to utilize the cadence and all those things I've already talked about.
Mike McCarthy, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys, joining us here on 105 through the Fan. We begged you, pleaded with you to let Micah be the edge. Wisely, you listened to our football expertise.
Yes.
Hey, your film stuff is impeccable.
You have no idea about how good. You have no idea how great my film study is. Can we do the same and get 20 carries from Tony Pollard?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. Well, I don't want to give away the game plan right now, but that's an excellent idea.
Coach, how do you feel about the balance between the two and the way it's working right now with that combo that you have?
Oh, blessed is the way we're so blessed to have two outstanding running backs, and if you've ever called plays in this league, the ability to get in and out of schemes and personnels and situational offense with both Zeke and Tony is such an advantage. So yeah, we're very, very fortunate to have those guys. And the biggest thing is trying to most importantly get those two their touches. But the reality is it gives us a chance just to go attack the defense and not really worry about who's in the game.
How do you as a coach? How do you weigh the one guy who may give you more explosive plays, big play opportunities, but the other guy is supposed to be really, really great in pass protection, which is huge in today's NFL? How do you kind of weigh the two?
Well, I don't look at it the way everybody I think wants to look at it. It's not one against the other. It's the benefit of having both of them. Obviously Tony's numbers speak for themselves and his style of running, but the thing about especially in a game like we're getting ready to play here on Sunday, there ain't too many people want to tackle Ezekiel Elliott. Let's be honest. And I go back to the first time I saw him play in 2016 up there. He come ripping past our sideline. I was like, holy hell! Look at the size of the head on this guy. He's a powerful runner. So those are things that don't show up on this stat sheet. But Zeke brings a toughness and attitude. You talk about a great teammate. There's so many other great qualities that he has that that do not show up on rushing attempts.
Coach, we'll let you go with this big story that just gets louder every day with Odell Beckham. In all our years doing this, we have not heard the Cowboys talk so openly about a player that they want. I think it shows a lot about your locker room that the receivers yesterday were like, absolutely, bring him in, and Zeke and Micah Parsons, and you even commenting with positive remarks about Odell Beckham. How do you feel about what he would add to you guys and where things possibly stand with it?
Well, I think, first I'd like to just compliment our locker room. I think it just shows you how these men are wired. I mean, it's about winning. And, I think it also shows you, this is not a 11-on-11 football, game. I mean, you have to have, 15, 16 starters, on offense and defense and special teams. So, that's a big part of it. But yeah, Odell, I've always had, such great respect for him, just the way he plays. And, and I've worked with a number of coaches over the years that have worked with him. And those are things, because, you watch a guy play on, tape, and obviously his play speaks for itself. I mean, he's a dynamic impact type player. But I've heard nothing but great things about him and what he brings to the locker room and the type of teammate he is and the way he interacts with the the support staff and so forth. Those things are important to me, and I think it shows in our locker room. So I think we all just think he'd be an excellent fit here.
And do you have any mental tricks to not break down emotionally when you step on that choppy? You got something he could picture, or any mental tips for Coach so he doesn't break down Sunday afternoon?
I'm a softie too sometimes when it comes to nostalgia. Just let it out. I want you crying on the sideline. I want you tearing up, getting emotional.
That's your recommendation?
Yeah, just let it out. Just let it out. I know. But I'm a softie as well when it comes to nostalgia. I really am.
Hey, Sean, you need to check his coffee.
Well, look, man, we missed you. It hasn't been the same. Happy birthday. We can't wait to watch you guys on Sunday. And best of luck, Coach, reliving all the memories. Thank you.
I appreciate you guys.